Feminism is a scam. A few years ago, I was an angry, blue-haired feminist. I once believed that male privilege was real, and that I was a victim of the wage gap. Now that I understand the true motives of feminism, I know that this could not be further from the truth, and that modern-day feminism is a war on true masculinity. Before women had the right to vote, most were stay-at-home wives, which meant they weren't working jobs and couldn't be taxed. Our overlords didn't like that. Rockefeller started funding feminist campaigns in media, and as a consequence of the movement, women started entering the workforce and leaving the home. Children would then be separated from their parents and sent to Rockefeller-funded schools to be indoctrinated by the state. All of this ultimately disrupting the family unit at its core. Feminism is defined as the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. But in the West, I must ask, what rights do men have that women don't? Modern feminists are convincing women that hookup culture, using hormonal birth control, and not shaving is liberation. That toxic masculinity is prevalent and the patriarchy must be dismantled. Through movies and media, we're taught that working for the man, climbing the corporate ladder, and paying tax is more empowering and valuable than raising the next generation. Women have lost touch with our natural loving instincts, and birth rates are plummeting. Men and women are not the same. And by protesting for equality of outcome rather than opportunity, feminists are demonizing and emasculating men.
He's in that DM a couple days ago. Want to see this topic? You go ahead and spit it out. He's back with another one, and he back on the podcast with us. So
you might have to add him as a full
member.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause man, he wanted to
turn this guy up.
Good guess.
Like he want to be quiet all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck that. This
what we
guy
got?
brings it out.
What we got?
So welcome to the FMF Q podcast with George Q. Key stupid. FMF Q. Keys.
Oh my gosh.
Don't bring nothing but me. Yeah. Yeah, I sent the video to G maybe 2 days ago. We'll probably put it in the video so y'all can see it.
Yeah.
But the real question from the video is like, is feminism an attack on men and masculinity? Modern feminism. Yeah, I know you got the first and second wave and all that, but it's this third wave and on that we're really focusing on today.
Let's go.
I personally think it is. For one, in our community, feminism was made for all women.
That's true.
The feminism wasn't made for all women, but they're quickly adapting to the principles and everything they're putting in front of them. This psychological warfare, and I think it's half of the problem we have in the world right now, in our community. But what y'all think?
We're not equals. So what are you actually fighting for? What is this equality that you're striving for? You know, I don't get it on that level. Like, whatever I can do, you can do. All right, cool. Yes, like, then do it. You know, like, like what's the? I'd be like, what's the disconnect? But most of the time, when I come across the feminist type woman who's like usually just defensive about nothing. You're defensive about nothing. I'd be like, I ain't come at you that way. I ain't say nothing. I ain't degrade you. I ain't belittle you. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time I'm being a gentleman and that's seen as a threat. Like, okay, I wonder why you single. All right.
We going.
I think they take the word equality and they see it as like one being better than the other. But when we say we're not equal, it's like y'all can do things we can't do. We can do things y'all can't do.
Right, and then it's always a comparison.
Yeah.
Like, stop comparing. Comparison is the killer. Like, you never felt you don't know what birth feels like. Duh. I'm not supposed to. Like, that's not my part. That's not my role. Like, I could understand that it's a lot. You're bringing the life out of it.
We're not holding that against you.
Right.
We appreciate that.
Like, you never been kicked in the nuts before either.
Exactly. All right. I think they confused two different things. I believe in that you should have fair chance but they want equal outcomes. Yeah. That's two different things.
Without putting the same type of work.
Thank you. That's where the radical feminism and the hate comes from. And saying that I want to do the same thing you do and I want the same result. No, you have to work just as hard. You have to work. They want to be able to be leveled up to where no matter what I do, I want to be able to do what you do, and I want the same exact result. It don't go that way at all. I started looking at feminism as as more of a hate group when they started going towards the army and military, where even if I think the standards of getting to the army, y'all can check it, it's like 10 or 12 pull-ups, but then when it comes to the women's side, they only have to do like 3, which is very uneven. And they're trying to lower it to where everybody needs to do like 3 or 4. But in my stance is, if we go to war, if they doing getting in 20 bullets at a time, you're gonna come out stronger. You're gonna come out faster. So you can't. I'm trying to pick my words right because I don't want to come out as like I'm just hating. But there's no rule that y'all have, women have that we don't have. I would argue that you have more rights than we do. More rights.
Y'all more supported.
You got more supported. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
FMF mob, what's good, y'all? Hey, they've been subscribing to us. Yo, we got a video with almost 10,000 views, man. Yo, but we ain't got that much subscribers. Y'all gotta make sure y'all subscribe to us, hit the comments, likes, all that stuff, man.
Pushed further.
Don't make a Brittany Griner.
You know what I mean? We was talking about that at work yesterday. A guy brought up a great point. It's like LeBron, hey. There you go. There you go. Thank you. It's like LeBron said that, no, not LeBron said. One of the guys said that if LeBron was to create a t-shirt today, he probably would make like 10 million off of that t-shirt. And that'll be more than the whole NBA brings in. But if y'all want to support, if y'all was to put y'all money towards that, because women are the consumers, they're the higher consumers. If y'all was to put y'all money towards it, like y'all do with the fashion industry, the makeup and whatever you think beauty is, then it would exponentially grow. If y'all filled in some of them seats, then it will exponentially grow. But you just want the result. You don't want the work. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, feminism has. I think feminism is the first crippling stage to a society.
Don't come to me with that Me Too shit.
Yeah, hey, I mean that cold-heartedly because you're right. What, you saying it's me? What you mean?
They say if you want to destroy society, go after the women.
Go after the women. That's what they're doing now.
What's the Me Too movement again?
It was created by a bunch of black. I ain't gonna say it.
Say it, bro.
Shout out to Mr. Reverend Peterson. Shout out to him. But no, the Me Too movement is I think it's crippling men and turning them into beta men and weaker men and making women more on the top. Feminism and Me Too, basically, they want to be as strong as men or even stronger than men. They believe all women, no matter what men say, we're wrong, toxic masculinity, men shouldn't be rough, you shouldn't raise men to be strong and aggressive. They believe aggressive men and strong men are evil and they shouldn't be around.
It basically came out after the Bill Cosby.
Yeah, believe all women. It's just no matter what happens, it don't matter what they say, believe them. Okay. It don't matter. He can say no, she ain't got no evidence, no none, she's right. And that's a horrible way to lead a society. It's horrible. It's demonizing men. So as a new generation is coming up, as you're raising these men, they're seeing that no matter, you have to listen to all women, no matter what they say is right. It's making men more cautious of themselves. I think it's messing with their mental. They don't know if they should be aggressive. They don't know if they should like this, if they should fight, if they should do this. So they're going towards being more like women. They're becoming more feminine. So we have any society that the strongest point is going to be women. I don't think that we're going to end up right. I don't think so. Because over there, like you said, in China and everything, China's banning any type of girly anything on their TV. they actually banned any TikTokers or any Instagram men that dress up or any drag or anything like that. They banned that over there because they see the value of strong men. They want the men to grow up as men.
Right.
They see that. They're seeing that future. They banning video games, all that type of stuff.
So the Me Too and feminism basically tells you that you should feel, it makes guys feel bad for being a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How does that make a guy feel bad about being a man?
You know, it's just like anything, like if your natural element, you was to be aggressive as you should towards whatever it is that you need to be. If you was to tap into, you know, your masculinity, if you were growing in this era, you know what I mean, and then you have a strong female who tells you that that's wrong, and like she gets hella support, y'all are overly supported. She gets hella support behind it, so now you got a group of females who tell you you're wrong for just being what is deemed to be a man or a manly principle. Then it's gonna be like, damn, as you growing up, you're gonna see that as like so many people saying it, it must be true.
So you're saying so it's more so affecting the kids that's growing up, not the men that's already developed today.
Men are still learning to be men. A lot of us haven't had, we got male role models, but a lot of us haven't had, we're in the era now, black men speak. We talk, we know how to talk to our guys, we know how to, you know, communicate with one another and actually stick it out and like really come together, and that's an era that we've had to work in for so long, but for so long we've been strong silent and hush-hush, and we got to figure everything out on our own. So if that's so yeah, it is going to the youth, but it's also going to the young adult. It's also, I think it's attacking men up to their 30s.
This new generation is soft. It's soft. I said it. We're in the same age group. We're more the millennial. We're higher grade millennials. We're born in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
So we're at the cusp of the last millennial. This new Zennial generation is the softest generation I've seen. Y'all soft.
The last generation said that about us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were softer. We are. We're softer than the generation before. But this new generation is they're sensitive. Everybody feel like the men are bullied.
Men should get their nails painted.
I've never seen this before. I've never seen so many men with painted nails. I think it's soft. I think because it's going towards men being more feminized.
Yeah.
Everything is being feminized to where it's okay, it's accepted. It's every generation now they're doubling each time with the alphabet people. Every time it's doubling with every generation. I'm sorry I don't have the statistics. Maybe I can have them down low. But they're watching how many people are coming out with all these pronouns, and they're confused about if they're men or women, and it's going lower and lower. Testosterone is going lower. Men are not men no more. I mean, y'all can attest to it. Y'all can see now. If you talk to a regular, like we're in our 30s, you talk to a man in their 50s or 60s, you see the difference between talking to him and talking to our generation. Them dudes is rough. They talk to you like it's just they're different type of men. Y'all understand? You're like your pops. It's like it's different. Than men. They sit up there the way they are. You look at the men nowadays, like going towards that 21, 20 years old. Soft. They've been feminized, and that's what feminism has done. They've criminalized any type of aggression from any type of men.
But do you think, to kind of go back to that part, them dudes suffered in silence. So a lot of their aggression come from a lot of hurt and pain that they never was able to deal. Cause I had conversations.
Suffer what?
No, I know what Paul's saying.
I don't think they had the.
That's what I'm saying. They had strong, silent, and they had to figure whatever out on their own. And
but did they figure it out though?
Exactly. So that's on that person. But look at our generation. So
and the reason I bring that up is, I would say some of the stuff in previous generations,
everything wasn't right.
Yeah, some of the stuff people went through was abuse.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And like,
as far as these guys being
disciplined,
being too hard
and over that
and
stuff,
overly aggressive, and like you channeling your anger into something else. You taking your anger out on something because you're so upset, and then it's like, oh, that's overly aggressive. There's some bullshit behind it too. So I think our generation learned from that, and that's why we're able to talk, we're speaking, we communicate, and I definitely believe that is pivotal. That was a change, and that's what we're doing now. We're able to actually have a conversation versus just being strong, silent, and act out, lash out. Because our innate nature, our natural emotion is anger, and anger is.
It's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's not.
It is, bro. It is.
You're turning. That sounds like some feminism stuff, but it's anger. It's just being a man.
No,
he talk about like our primal instinct.
It's just being a man.
I don't call it anger. But anger is not a bad thing. That's what I'm saying.
I don't agree with that one either.
Alright, so
let him finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, finish it first. Now, go ahead, finish.
Anger is not a bad thing. It's just that how we deal with it is bad. How we've dealt with it could lead to, all of the trauma and abuse and stuff like that. And that's not any type of feminist thing. That's fact right there. So you're supposed to be able to manage your emotions. A strong man is one who is in control of his emotions and acknowledging, I'm fucking angry. Instead of just lashing out, instead of being quiet about it, instead of trying to repress your shit, then you'll be able to manage it versus just hawking off on anybody or lashing out. And most of the time, who's there? The loved one. So you lash out on the loved ones. I think that's the old school. I think that's that last generation. That was the issue. Versus what's now is awareness.
No, I get that, but I still don't think our anger is the primal instinct. I think what anger stems from is taking things personally. You know what I'm saying? Or you feel inadequate about stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what the issue is. There's a lot of, we're more sensitive now. That's the issue. We're just super sensitive. And I think that's what it comes down to.
Scoot over to your left a smidge more. It's all right. Yeah, you're right. Doing it more.
So, yes, I agree.
Okay,
we are definitely more sensitive in this time and era, which is, again, I think it comes from the silence. We haven't spoken about anything. We haven't put anything out there. We haven't been honest to ourselves. So when we started speaking, when we're actually able to come together, I think that's strength. I think acknowledging and being aware of what is a problem or what you're feeling is, for one, you can't change something that you don't know. If you're not aware about it. So again, yes, I ain't gonna lie, I love being able, because when I feel anger, I'm like, I transmute that into, that ain't nothing but adrenaline and energy. Where can I put this energy?
But think about this stuff you get angry about, though. What do you get angry about?
I get angry about anything.
You're not angry that you gotta get up and go to work every day?
That's why I left. That's why I left.
I get it. There's solutions, but what I'm saying is,
I wouldn't even say I got angry about it. It's just tired. That is more of the word.
That might not be your emotion. That might not be your word for it. But it's under that umbrella. It's you're tired of it. But you get angry, bro. It's you're a balanced person. I get it. But what I'm saying is that energy. All right, let's just get rid of the word.
I was saying
let's get rid of the word anger.
I was saying the thing you said, that was your primal.
Right. But that is, it is, bro. It's a part of us. That's definitely a part of. It's more toward that. I think is what was being attacked from the feminist side. You know what I'm saying? When you think of masculinity, when you put toxic masculinity, you think about an angry dude. You know what I mean?
No, I think they're just a high testosterone man that knows what he's doing. They call it. And they don't like that. They don't like to be controlled. I don't think feminism don't like that. So they programmed to say this anger, but it's not anger. It's just me being a man. I'm just different from women.
So they call it what we. All right, so
I call it just being a man. I don't call it. I call it. I'm just a man. I talk aggressive. I sound like this. I move like this. Like you angry, you sound loud. You angry? No, I'm a man. I talk. I don't need to. Hey, you want to talk about it? Man, that sounds better. That sounds like a woman. If I'm talking, I'm here. This is how I talk. That's what difference between both of us. So they say it's called anger, but it's no. I'm just being me. I'm a man.
I agree with that, but that ain't what I was talking about.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about still with that.
Yeah.
That is that any way of talking, like they say is aggressive or being that way, they call it as far as anger. As far as your anger, I'm still trying to figure out what you talk about as far as anger like I need to fight somebody, or what type of anger?
Anger is, let's just watch the anger where it's just the energy that we have. The masculine energy. It's just the masculine energy, bro, that's being targeted. And we can all agree on that. So what were you going before we started talking about anger? We was talking about the past generation and like where were we about feminism now?
So I kind of completed my point with that. I think feminism now, I would say, I do feel like it's a lot. I think that, like you say, I think some of this feminism movement is about wanting more for less. You know what I'm saying? I'm not rocking with that.
Right.
I'm not rocking with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like if we want work, let's work. You know what I'm saying? But what I would say is that I think far as us as guys getting like up in arms about it, yo, fuck it, let them do them.
No, don't let them do them.
Let them do them.
No, it's not.
How you gonna change it? How you gonna change it?
Talking and tell them that they wrong.
Yeah, we can talk, but then what? Does that mean they're gonna change?
Yes, because nobody says anything. You tell me the last time somebody said something about it, they leave cancer.
Huh?
You don't hear this at all, do you? On TV shows or nothing. Nobody says anything.
Dave Chappelle do it.
One person. And what they do, and what happened?
And he's still standing on it.
And what they try to do?
And he's still doing it.
What happened? What they try to do?
They tried.
Exactly.
They tried.
That means that he's the start of it. That means that other people do the same exact thing too.
So that's what I'm saying.
We need to stop as one person. He don't seem like he's the only one with balls. Everybody else want to be quiet. Let them do it.
How do you stop it?
Speak up. We're doing it now. Speak up.
So that's what I'm saying. You speak up and you keep it pushing. Like, I think the problem is we get so caught, and this is why I feel like a lot of guys is like super sensitive. Okay, they want this and they want that. They can have what they want. They gotta go out here and work for it though. They gotta go out here and get it. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what they want, let them go out here and try to get what they want and see if that's what they really want to do.
Ride until they learn they lesson.
Show them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hey, let's go out here. Hey, let's go. I ain't gonna front like I'm a protector, I'm a provider. That's my natural instinct. Right. But I want my woman. If I got a bunch of intruders, it's 10 niggas. Yo, hey, get the strap too. You better be blasting with me. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody that's going right. I think part of this, I feel like, I ain't gonna call it open masculinity, but I guess misguided masculinity is that you don't want your woman to help you. You don't want your woman to help you. I feel like these dudes is looking for mamas. You trying to get mamas to do what? You trying to get women to do mama's job and stuff like that. That's what I really feel like.
What you mean? If they're gonna be mothers, shouldn't they be doing that type of stuff?
For their kids.
Yeah, for their kids. So I want not your woman or mother do type things, but she will have to do it like she's the nurturer. Yes, like that's what she adds to you. I understand. You know what I'm saying?
He understand what I'm saying. So what basically what I'm saying is to kind of tie it into the feminism movement. I think you got some of the segment of the feminists. I wouldn't even call the women. I'm about to get ready to talk about feminism, but you got some segment of the feminists that just they want to be like men. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they want.
I think that's true.
But then you got other women, and I don't want to even lump them into the feminist category. But you got other women who saying like, yo, like y'all want us to play this certain role, and okay, we can play this role, but y'all not doing. Y'all ain't doing that.
Okay, we're not coming at this from it's all the women, like we always say, like it's both sides, but we're speaking from a man's perspective, so we're looking at the other side right now. So when we say,
and I'm a man, so I'm in my perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me chime in. I think what G was trying to say is you can say step up and keep it pushing, but there's a consequence for stepping up. Facing persecution, like you don't. All right, we talk about equality. Let me bring it in. We get they got a whole month to be proud. The pride is a sin. Last time I heard. But what do you think the outcome would be if we said National I Appreciate Coochie Day for men? You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't gonna get that. It's gonna be that's this, that, and the third. All these adverbs and
new words.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Like our voice has been. We've never had the okay to have our voice. Never had the okay.
What I'm saying is, I spoke to women, and some
the most savage out here.
And yeah, I don't know how I won that one. I'm still amazed by that. But what I'm saying is, a lot of women went through that feminist phase, and when they got to their 30s or whatever,
It's too late.
they seen the effect that
It's
it
too
had
late.
on them. Why is it too late? What is it too late for?
Too late for everything.
It's not too late.
It's not too late, but it diminishes your chances at
Yeah,
certain
it
things.
diminishes all that.
At finding, a man that wants you, because you might not be as you might not be as physically attractive or
you don't meet the requirements.
Yeah.
So man. Because I cheat on both sides. Because that's why I asked on the last episode was, how do y'all go about? Because I always had the mindset of find my woman while I'm building and she builds with me.
Yeah, exactly.
You deserve the empire, that structure. You deserve what I build. If y'all building, like, let me get my money, let me get my shit straight first and get something that you can come into. How do you choose who can redeem that? Who can uphold that, withstand that? Who deserves that? You know what I mean?
And keep it going after you gone.
Right.
I think that's a choice. You can either choose to choose someone to build with you, or build and then choose someone to come along. Mm-hmm. But I think the people that choose to build themselves and then figure it out is just so their options are more vast, so they don't.
I agree with that.
Settle too early, and then you grow up and be like, all right, damn, like
I agree.
I didn't know that was out there.
And I understand that, but like you said, come your 30s, it's too late for you. And as men, we only getting better with time. We get more handsome with the grades. You know what I'm saying? We put a suit on. Most of it. If you know how to, if you eating right and you working out, you're gonna be a handsome dude.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to put the work in.
You got to put the work in on yourself too. But like you said, we have more options, and usually when you have more options, you're gonna jump.
You go to the younger. You don't see millionaires. You can look across the board. Most millionaires, they get money. They're not going for the 35-year-old. They're going for the 21-year-old that's in shape, that got her head on straight.
But that's
they don't go for no 30-plus-year-old woman that got all that baggage and all that. They're not going for that.
But that's for a moment though. You're gonna jump to the next jump. Mm-hmm. I got the money.
That's his life. Yeah, most
so
people
that's
live that way.
That's not longevity.
He might not
That's
jump.
their longevity.
He might step out, but he might not necessarily jump though.
But that's a different caliber of man. That's a man that's living a certain type of life. His mindset is different. His testosterone high. He got money. He look good. He's doing his thing. They different type of alpha men.
But that's
they
because
different
they
type
not
of
looking
men.
to build. They already got a build.
I've been around them type of men. Their mindset is a whole other level.
And go. You know what I'm saying?
It's leverage.
They like, yo, like I got what I built.
Yeah.
And they just don't care. And I feel like that's where we at in society is like we just don't.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, man.
Don't nobody give a fuck.
Yeah,
women don't give a fuck about men. Men don't give a fuck about women.
It's crazy, yo.
It's like, let me get it.